It is, actually it's Friday the 13th, March 13th, 2026. Happy Friday the 13th. Since there's literally 0 other videos on YouTube that contain the search words Sagittaria, the name of the genus, and seeds of any kind, I'm just going to show you what the seeds look like. These are from Prairie Moon Nursery. They're awesome. I've gotten a bunch of seeds and plants from them over the years. The packet's got a picture of the flowers and the leaves in the background there. And then seeds inside the packet. We got another little kind of a wax paper packet because the seeds are so tiny. But you just unfold it. Not complicated, they're just extremely small. Because I've seen several. Let me put a little stack there. I probably should have put my mask on so that I don't accidentally breathe on them and blow them away. I'll zoom the camera in so my face, so I don't blow them away by breathing on them. But let's get them into a pile more. So here's what seeds for Sagittaria latifolia look like. I kept finding some wild plants that were forming seed pods, but I couldn't tell just by looking at them what kind of seed pods they would be. So they are kind of like if you imagine dandelions, but without the fluff. So like all the seeds, I guess they just are all squished next to each other to form. There's none on here. Just forms a little sphere at the end of the stalk. But they're just like these little itty bitty tiny dry seeds that are flat, and they get this kind of shape to them. If you find Sagittaria in the wild and you want to identify it, you can get pictures of the seeds like this that can be used for identification, and then like close-up pictures of I think like details on the flower and like the back of the flower, how the flower, like these ones grow tall flowers. There's other ones that just stay short. The shape of the flowers can be used to identify them, because a lot of them will have the general arrow-shaped leaves, and a lot of them can look pretty much identical from the leaves if you don't know what to look for, and even then it can be difficult. So like details on the flowers, and I think the seeds in particular is good for identification. Here's my thumb. Here's how small those are. Do I have a penny? Yeah. Here's a penny. I'll take a picture of that actually. And since pennies are not going to exist anymore, here's a dime too. We just have a stack of change on top of our dryer so it doesn't go in the washing machine. Anyways, let's see what year this penny's from. This penny, 1944. So there's those for scale. And now let me stick these back in the packet because I have enough. I hope I have enough started. Well, I'll just show you that once I put these back. I'm just pushing my finger on them and getting them to stick to my finger. Sticking them back in the packet. That's how I'm taking them out. Yeah. This was like, I think $3 or something. I don't remember. But the seeds are tiny and you get a ton of them. I have yet to successfully see wild ones where they were ready to harvest, as far as I could tell. I don't know. We're going to be finding that out this year in my garden. So let's go outside. And I have to remember to start covering the phone when I'm not pointing it at something, because I was giving myself a headache trying to rewatch my one video where I was back in the bamboo, so I can't imagine how annoying it must be for other people. So, well, first of all, let's just show this maybe successful clone of the Chickasaw plum. I did email the person in charge of the people in charge of the park. So he said they will try not to cut it down anymore. And here's my pickerel weed. Still a little bit sad looking, but it's going. New leaves. Let's go over here. Let's see. It's kind of chilly this morning, which is funny because it's been so hot. Alright, here, this is not the same one. Here, this is the same one. This is the Sagittaria latifolia. Yeah, that's what the top of the leaf looks like. This white stuff is not variegation or anything, it's just pollen from all the trees. What the underside of the leaf looks like. These plants are from, do they say it on here? It was from the Pond Megastore's online thingy. Let's see, what else we got? This is from Ensign Market. Still waiting to see what exact species this one is. It grew this little round leaf first, and then it grew this one. So, this is what I meant by the leaves. You can't just tell just from the leaves. Everything is covered in pollen though. So, that's the mug I found in the woods. Stuck it in there for experiments. And then, since this one was doing so well, I stuck the other two in this flower bucket from the Aldi. That's the same kind of mixture of compost and water. You can see they're growing roots from the top here and not from the bulb section, which is interesting. Here's this one. It's getting the little tall thingies, and I'll show you the failure over here, which is my fault for not following the instructions. But right here is the other Sagittaria latifolia. Oh, that fell off. I hope the whole plant's down in there still. You're supposed to put them in shade, but I tried to makeshift some shade over this baby pool because I really wanted it to grow in the baby pool, but it got too much sun, so the leaves died back. Presumably it's still alive under the water, I hope. I'm not reaching in there because it's freezing cold probably at the moment, which is fine. They're cold tolerant, but I don't want to freeze my hands. It should grow back because it had so many roots. Then this here, still not sure which species this one is, which is, oh, did I just, gross. Alright. Some kind of bug aphids I just squished on my thumb on the underside. Gross. Sorry, I did not mean to kill you. This one is wild one from Lake Meyer here in Savannah, Georgia, grown in a ditch. It's one of the ones that has the short little flowers, so it means it could be two species. Aztec arrowhead, which is from South America, as you may be able to tell from the name Aztec, and then the hooded arrowhead, which is native to up here, but is pretty dang rare. And you really cannot tell them apart except by looking at the flowers super closely. This might be alligator weed, I'm not sure. It came when I dug that up. It's got like a little rhizome. Figured I would let it live, see if it does anything cool. Yeah, I think that's it so far. Or, hold on, let's go see. Whoop. I trip over things. One last Sagittaria. This is sometimes called bull tongue or lance leaf. I call it bull tongue because that's just easier to say. This one I got from a creek. This was the first leaf. This was the only leaf it had when I got it, and now it's growing those two more. I've got it in a bucket of water and dirt. Also stuck in a lotus root that I was pretty sure was not going to survive, and it's not. Also, that's just some fried chicken bones and shit. Just to see what would happen, just for fertilization. And then up here, we got the wild onions. Wild garlic, I should say. More garlicky than onion. In this container to get seeds when they flower. Can't eat those ones because they're from the side of the road. In here, this very algae-filled water, I've got a little lotus seedling. Here, you can see red mulberry cuttings letting root in water before we give them away. Huh. The bigger ones are rooting better. You can see all the lenticels are getting ready to turn into roots. I can probably actually even stick a few. Well, no, I don't want to muddy the water anymore. And I got my pickerel weed. Got little baby bamboo here. Another pickerel weed. These are both the same individual. And then some woolly ragwort. Alrighty, I think that's it. Oh wait, yeah, I should say. Down here in this tray of water, this is a canna lily we dug up to put something else there. This is one we got free from our friend. It's called Roma, I think, and then it has a bunch of other names. It's a descendant of the native golden canna, and then hybridized with other stuff, so it has the same kind of golden canna-like leaves, so they're kind of bluish in comparison to other ones. And then it's got big red and yellow flowers. And then in here, all three of these containers, just to try different setups. We got the Sagittaria, latifolia, wapato seeds. There's some scattered in here, uncovered. In this here, they've got some covers. And that one, it's just kind of a mix of both, just to see what works. Then I also have some in the fridge, because they are supposed to need cold stratification. So we're just seeing what works. You'll get an update video when anything starts to sprout. Alrighty. And then last but certainly not least, we got lyre-leaf sage in here. This one actually planted itself. But they're cool, native little sage. Should start flowering this month. Hopefully this one's kind of slow because it wasn't really meant to be in there. But, oh, but yeah, I did record another video of the little lotus leaf here. Let's see if it'll do it this time, all right? Do it. Come on. We gotta do it. Nope. It hates me. It does not want to do it on camera. All right, I'll lift you back up. There you go. You'll find out when it actually works. Alrighty, that's it. Bye-bye.